Hawaiian chili served on top of white rice. So I've got a pot here with 6 cups of water, and I put a tablespoon of salt into it. I do a 2-to-1 ratio of water to rice. I do the salt to give a little flavor and to help with absorption of water into the rice. I let the rice sit in the water for 10 minutes and then I cook it, and after it reaches a boil I let it off heat, covered, for 20 minutes, fluff, and with this pot it just seems to come out perfect. For the fresh vegetable portion of the chili, I use 5 jalapenos, a yellow onion, and a bunch of green onions or scallions. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and chop up the green onion. Cut the onion in half. I break down into thirds, the half into thirds, and nice big chunks. Next up, for the jalapenos, I like to use them whole. Remove 2 sides, and I just cut nice thin slices, seeds and all. I do this for all 5, and because I like a nice spicy chili, I like to keep all the seeds. You could split the jalapeno. You can remove the seeds. Some people, if you don't like getting the oil on your fingers and you're really sensitive, can wear gloves. So I'm going to go ahead and just drop in 1 pound. £2, and I'm going to mix that up so it browns nice and evenly. So for my chili seasoning, I use a teaspoon of coarse ground black pepper, a teaspoon of garlic powder, 2 tablespoons of chili powder, and 1 tablespoon of salt. And I give it a little mix in a little cup, and I add it as needed and taste the chili while it's cooking to make sure that the flavor isn't too much, it isn't too salty, and I find that usually comes out pretty good with a little bit of reserve. Okay, so now that the miso is browning up really nice and letting some of the excess juice and water boil off a bit, I'm going to go ahead and add a bunch of the spices of the mix that I made together. Use about half. I'm going to go ahead and mix it up with the meat. It's going to take on a nice darker, richer mahogany color. See, that liquid's really starting to reduce now. So I'm also going to go ahead and I'm going to add the vegetables that I prepped, the jalapenos and the onions. want to miss any or go ahead and get that all stirred in. And, take it off the medium, actually it's really on high right now, heat. Get this just a little more mixed up. And we're going to let the vegetables get a chance to soften. Okay, now that we've let the vegetables have some time to get softened, I'm going to go ahead and add a can of tomato sauce. Give that a quick stir. I'm also going to add in some dark red kidney beans and light red kidney beans. Give it another stir, get everything nicely mixed up. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and cover that, and it's just a bit below a medium heat, slightly above a simmer or low setting. I'm going to give this about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to add the rice to the water and let that go for 10 minutes and then start cooking it. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and add 3 cups of rice to my 6 cups of water. I'm going to go ahead and give it a stir just to make sure that it's all nicely mixed up. And let that sit for 10 minutes before starting to cook it. And there we have our finished bowl of chili on top of rice.